Okay, welcome back to session 11, being recorded on June 4th, 2023. It's a few hours later than the last time I recorded for session 10. And I did that kind of early in the morning. I was still tired. I was just drinking my first cups of coffee, and I realized that I probably shouldn't do that anymore because I feel like I was stumbling in places that I wasn't stumbling in. I wasn't explaining things the way that I should. So hopefully this session goes a little bit more. I think it's especially bad for what I was doing the last one, which is a lot of the reading of the books and trying to break things down. And I think there were a few things that went over my head that might not have otherwise. So I apologize for that. But I think like the most important thing that we read, the Broken Stone War, we'll have plenty of other times to address that.
Drink after this.
Oh, that sounds good, Adair. Thank you. So yeah, we'll have plenty other time to discuss the Broken Stone War and the impact it's had on this world, the characters, everybody. So I'm not too worried about it, but I did just want to say that I think I recognize that, and I'm going to try and not do that from now on. So that said, we have done everything we came to do in the Aethasian Temple. We found out that Wharton was not as blameless as he let out to be, as he tried to say he was, but we still let him go because he was acting under orders of Raedric, and he wanted to make right. He wanted to change things around. He wanted to go bury the bodies of the priests that he kind of had a hand in burying here. So hopefully that was the right decision. So let's see. We have a note from the stronghold down here. The West Barbican construction is completed. Also, this cruel ruler is over there. So maybe we'll head over there. First, I want to sell a bunch of stuff so we can maybe start building something else. Is there anything else that we need? Requires the Bailey down there. So maybe that's the next thing that we'll do. We'll do the Bailey. The Bailey houses various necessities for keeping the stronghold self-sufficient. Building this upgrade will allow you to upgrade the grounds further. So let's purchase that. I want to come here so we can sell some of the things we've been grabbing. I feel like we have a lot in our stash that we just need to get rid of.
How do you do?
Yeah. Not going to sell that unique flail. I think 3 camping supplies is enough. So we're going to head to the stronghold and check out this bad ruler that is visiting us, see what he has to say. We should do a quick save first.
Walls need some work before this place is secure. My husband could fix them right up.
Oop. Let's check this out. So this is the last thing that I repaired. We also repaired Bright Hollow, although there's still fixes in there. Is this the Bailey? That might be the Bailey. And there's the keep. Let's go talk to the steward. Maybe that's who we have to talk to find out about this lord that is visiting us. Okay, here's the guy. Lord Bernwagar. I've heard a lot about you, Lord Bjarter. You seem like a man who knows how to get results. I have a matter I'd like to discuss with you, if you'll hear me out. Steward says, I would urge caution, my lord. Lord Bernwager has a reputation as a man of brutal temperament. Some would call him cruel. You hear the steward's soft-spoken words within your head. Very well, let's hear it. You call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. Lord Bernwagar. As the ruler of Caed Nua, I'm sure you've seen your share of troublemakers, people determined to tear you down so you can share in their misery. I've had a few incidents on my land, rabble-rousing peasants, you see. Shameful as it is, they've gotten somewhat out of hand, refusing to work, threatening my guards, spouting this nonsense about unfair treatment. It's not as if I don't pay them. In any case, I fear they won't back down. The situation will only get worse if I don't put an end to it. Things may get a little messy. I thought it best to consult you on the matter first. What exactly have the peasants been saying? Oh, the usual. Bernwagar folds his arms. They don't enjoy the benefits of their labor, that they are treated too harshly. They're lazy, my lord, that's all. This guy sounds quite the character here. It's not somebody I want to have on my side, I don't think. I'm going to tell him that. There is power in mercy, Lord Bernwagar. Treat the people fairly and they'll be happy to work for you. Actually, let me ask some other questions before I say anything like that. I'd like a moment to discuss this with my people. Who do I trust here? Oh, I guess the only person I can talk to is Aloth. I need you to travel to Bernwagar's Keep. Warn the people. Oh. I don't want him to travel to Bernwagar's Keep yet. Although that is something to keep in mind if I have somebody extra. Should I say this? My steward informed me you have quite the nasty reputation, that you're cruel and merciless. I am going to say that. Bernwagar stiffens. I simply know the value of efficiency. These peasants should know their place. You're nothing but a petty, cruel man with more power than he deserves. I'm going to say there, and I'm going to come back to this. There is power and mercy, Lord Bernwagar. Treat the people fairly, and they'll be happy to work for you. You advocate mercy, says Lord Bernwagar. Your own lands crawl with brigands and outlaws. Perhaps if you ruled with a sterner hand, you could not be troubled by such things. Saying that to a person who literally just sat down in this seat. Consider it a test of your understanding. You do better to speak with your people than to react with violence. Bernwagar sounds decidedly unconvinced. Yes, well, I do appreciate the time you've taken to speak with me, my lord. I shall return to think upon the matter. He bows and turns to stride from the hall. I don't feel like I got through to him. Lord Bernwagar left your keep in a huff after deciding that your approach to dealing the peasant uprising was too soft. I hope he doesn't go and take it out on his subjects, although I'm sure that is what he's going to do. Bjarter leveled up. So I said a while ago for leveling up, I am going to make the choices off camera, and then I am going to explain the choices that I made at the end screen there. So that is what I'm going to do this time. Okay, so I upped my lore by 2. Feel like that's appropriate for this playthrough. And I got Pain Link, mentally links nearby enemies to the target, forcing them to experience a portion of all damage the target suffers. So hopefully it's a way to hurt everybody rather than just one person. These are level 3 Cypher spells, by the way. And Puppet Master destroys a target's psychic defenses, leaving them dominated by the Cypher for the duration. Dominated means that they basically become on my side, and they want to hurt my enemies. Let's talk to the steward here.
It is good to see you here. I can feel a change in the air already. There is much to do. Is there anything I can do to help?
What is the state of the keep? Where to begin? Let's see here. Okay, so that just brings up the stronghold menu. I have 8 prestige, plus 6 with upgrades and plus 2 miscellaneous, and I have plus 8 security. Okay.
A few repairs and this keep will be...
It's time. Maybe I'll go to Deerford. Do I go to Raedric's Hold first? Or do I go to Stormwall Gorge and Deerford first? Let's go to Raedric's Hold. I think we're ready to take him on. We'll see if I'm right. Dunrid Scion has arrived, seeking employment. Bailey construction is completed. Do I have to go there in order to hire this person? It's unfortunate if I do. Alright. Prestige and security. It's just security. Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Wow, there's so much I can do here. I kind of forgot about that. Let's bring a merchant. So, quest updated. Lord of a barren land. Confront Lord Raedric VII inside Raedric's keep. I've reached Raedric's hold. Lord Raedric waits somewhere within, but making my way inside will not be a simple task. Adair leveled up too. Gonna do that now. So I upped his athletics by 1. He has very high athletics. I want to keep it that way. And I got a new modal stance for him, Guardian Stance. The fighter devotes all his or her energy to defending allies, lowers accuracy, but increases the deflection of nearby allies. So we'll see. I kind of wanted to see if I could make him a little tanky, and that might help with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that up right now, actually.
Hey.
So he's got Guardian Stance active.
All right, then.
Those are some high walls, but they don't look secure from here.
Cletlin, the guard fixes a glower on you. You have no business here. Lord Raedric is not permitting any visitors, merchants, or traveling entertainers. He sneers. Best turn right around. I'm here to see Raedric. Step aside. Are you hard of hearing? The guard snorts. He draws his sword. You've got one more chance to turn around. The guards inside won't be half so gentle. The guard fixes a glower on you. Oh, this is the same thing as before. I don't want to just attack him, and I don't have the resolve to do whatever this is. So I'm just going to say I'll be leaving then. Goodbye. I think there is another way in here too, so... Did Kolsch tell us that? He suggested I attempt to find a way through the sewers at the eastern edge of the moat. Alternately, I may be able to find some way to access the upper floor of the castle where Nedmar Kolsch's contact resides. Okay, so there are other entrances here, so we're going to try and do that. I don't want to just attack some random... well, I guess I don't have a choice anymore. Oh well.
You're not getting...
Didn't want to do that. But also, they didn't really leave me any choice.
Of course.
This must be the eastern secret entrance. You can hear footsteps. I wonder if that's like guards or something up in the keep. Alright, and you go back here. A heavy stench rises from the stagnant waters. The castle's bell tower rises over the walls before you. Thick vines have grown over the outer wall, weaving over and between the stones. The vines span nearly the full height of the wall, curling over the parapets. Examine the wall. The overgrown vines look fairly sturdy, though it is unclear whether they would bear a person's weight. Far above, you notice that a section of the parapets has fallen away, presenting a gap in the defensive. Let's jump to reach the vines. You get a running start on the bank of the moat and leap, aiming for some of the thicker vines. Your handhold sways, and there is an ominous crackling sound above you. But the vines hold. The tower looms above you. Climb up the vines. The climb up the keep wall is long and wearying. After several moments, only Adair is able to keep a steady pace, the rest lagging behind. But in time, the top of the wall comes within reach, and everyone is able to pull themselves up and over the side. And everybody is exhausted. Let's see if I can rest up here. I want to look at the bestiary really quickly here. I'm just wondering if, like, humans have a class or something. Oh, there's a whole lore section down here. I'm gonna have to come back to that at some point, probably. It's got all the deities. Wow. Everything that I read in that book seems like it's in here. I still think this is a good playthrough to go through. I think a lot of people aren't going to read these, and I have to admit that playing through like this and reading everything and really trying to grasp the lore behind everything makes me really appreciate the world a lot more. So hopefully people who end up listening to this feel the same way. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do damage reduction on rest. Dunred Cyan leaves. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those. Maybe I have to go there. Glenfathan's soul hunter has arrived seeking employment. She was nearly set upon by brigands on the road. But your patrols intervened. Oh, nice. Will this fine leather armor help anybody? Deer has his armor on, and I can enchant his armor, so that's not... Padded armor. Damage reduction 4. Recovery speed 20. This fine leather armor. Damage reduction 8. Recovery speed 30. Not great, but okay. Looks kind of stupid, though. Oh well. It's the same map as before. Let's see, now that I've fought a Raedric guard. No, still nothing in there. Okay.
Brave thou not believe.
All right then.
Oh, a priest.
Not believe.
And a paladin. You wait.
Can't get a good shot at this.
That's not very helpful.
Oh, I cast a level 3 now. So I can dominate somebody.
Can't get a good shot at this.
Leave it to me. All right then.
like that's it. Okay, so we're inside the keep now. Baratheon priest robes. These robes are the traditional attire worn by Baratheon priests in Raedric's hold. Addendum added. Lord of a barren land. I have found some Baratheon robes. They may help me blend in with the priests on this floor. Okay. Should we give that a try? Oh, everyone's looking pretty sexy. Well, let's see. It says this floor, so find Brigadine. Hold, brother, says a high priest. Pardon my interruption, but I don't seem to recall seeing you before. Let's try this. I've only recently taken my vows. And who is this? Tried this intellect here? Raedric's new mercenaries. I was told to show them their posts. The priest considers you a moment longer, then nods. And then be about your business. Satisfied, he turns to walk away. Worked. Alat just said we were fortunate to get away with that once. I doubt we can count on such luck again. We'll see.
I can do that. That's settled.
Alright. Kana just leveled up. So I got Kana's lore by 1. He now has 10 lore. And I got the chant Sure-Handed Illa. Knocked her arrows with speed, which decreases reload time. It increases the speed of ranged attacks for all allies. Considering 3 of my 6 characters are using ranged attacks, I thought that would be a pretty good one. Need to now...
Following your lead.
I always forget how to actually add things to my chants here. There we go, add a chance. So let's see, so far this chant emboldens allies, movement rate and reflex, and drains a portion of endurance. Can I? Yeah, okay. So that's a fourth chant. Actually, I wonder... So that one will go first. And then if I'm still fighting something that needs to be feared, there we go. That's better.
Right away.
I have a potion of power. Give that to a dare. I know I don't use potions enough. I feel like I should be using potions. Threadbare robes in the closet smell of incense. Hold, brother, says the temple guardian. Uh-oh. No one is to leave their post until Raedric gives word. Where are you going? I was heading back to my post. The paladin regards you quietly for a brief moment. And just where are you coming from? Well, it's just that there's this one acolyte, you see. Uh-oh. Temple guardian, the paladin laughs unpleasantly. You new recruits running like rabbits. Save some of that energy for your duties. Reassured, he turns away. Whew. Okay. So I am still walking around. Freely. Got up 2 bloodstone in this little eye right here. Interesting. It's quite the stained glass right there. Looks cool. Sweet musky incense is stored in boxes under the altar. Upstairs. Hey, wait right there, brother. Intruders have been seen inside the keep. I must ask you to step aside. Certainly, sister, as soon as I am able. The priestess frowns. Do you mock me, brother? You know the rules. What keeps you? I'm afraid I have a nervous bladder. I have to get to a privy. The woman frowns and shakes her head disapprovingly. Hurry about your business, then. She turns around, muttering to herself. It's 3 people who have been fooled by me so far. Okay. So this goes to the siege platform, and this goes to the dungeon crypts. And that goes to the keep kitchen. Where should I go first? How about the crypts? Okay, in the crypts here, Raedric's old dungeon. Oh, I can't move very far because... Oh, what's this? Never mind. Going to guess my robes will not work the way they worked in there before. And there's a bunch of ghouls. Can I change my... Yeah, that's what I thought. I think we've read ghouls before, so we don't need to read anything here. Here's a revenant. We do need to read the revenants. So as I said before, this would have been quite a while ago now. The undead in this game in Aora, they kind of like follow a path, and revenant is one part of the path, and the skeletons and ghouls and vampires, they're all another part of that path. So we'll definitely take a look at this after we're done with this fight. Okay, endurance. Hopefully this melts them. Let's see.
What?
Get on! Get on!
Did not melt them. Okay. Can't do it.
Hey.
Okay. That was a rough one, but that's okay. That was a lot of enemies. Some vessel flesh and a vessel bone. Once one of the bones to which a soul desperately clung. Now it holds only traces of the life it held. Yeah, also, if I'm going to be down here, I need to change my armor. And hopefully not forget to change it back when I go back upstairs. Gouge marks and scratches line the edge of the lid. Aloth leveled up, so I want to do that. So yeah, I can't help here but to get the big damage ones that are going to damage a lot of things at the time. So, well, I did mechanics because Durance has been doing all of the unlocking, but I don't really like keeping Durance in my party for much longer than I have to. I might end up having to do that anyway, but the other option was lore, and we have enough characters who have lore. And then I also got Minnaletta's bounding missiles, which summon 3 missiles that pierce through the target and leap to 2 additional targets each. So that's a big damage spell. And then we have Fireball, always exciting. Summons a flaming ball of molten earth that explodes at a targeted location, causing burn damage to all in the area of effect. So just got to be careful with that one.
All right, then.
Fighting hand here!
Oh my god. Why am I so bad at finding traps? Oh, that needs a rest. I need to get some improved perception. The bite marks on these bones appear to be the proper size for folk and elven teeth. I don't get it. So they're both burned. Let's see what happens. Okay, also the merchant stalls construction was completed. I only have 500 gold. Doesn't look like I can do anything here. Okay. There's a few things down at the bottom here that maybe I can do once I get a little bit more money. Was that enough money? It was. So what should I do? What should I do? So this is just some prestige down here. You know what? I'll wait. I'll wait for those. Do something more important. Also wanted to check and see the difference here. Yeah. The bite marks on these, oh, I already read that. Nice job detecting that trap after we walked over it.
And the fire shows me something new.
Oh, I forgot to read the Revenants and Ghouls. Okay. Well, we'll do that after this. Yeah.
Thing ain't doing the job. You're not.
Okay, that one wasn't nearly as bad. There's a lot of undead walking around in these crypts here. Okay, so let's take a look. So here's a goal. I believe I read that one already. But where's the entry for Revenants? There is no entry for Revenants. I guess I do need to consult the guide. So let's do that. So here's the entry for Revenant. So just really quickly here, the undead, like, you start as a vampire, you eventually become a Darghoul, which means that's the first step towards your decay. You become a ghoul after a Darghoul, so that's what we were attacking here. And then you become a Revenant and eventually a skeleton. So the Revenant says, these undead have devolved beyond even the relative intelligence of a ghoul. Revenants maintain their instinctive hunger, but they don't have the will or intelligence to reliably satisfy it. They are drawn to any environment where dead or weakened bodies can be found. So basically they are even more mindless than a ghoul, and all they do is want to eat. Yeah. So they just kind of attack whatever's there.
All right then.
Some black ooze. Do that one.
Head on!
Sounds like someone leveled up. It was Durance. So because Durance is a priest, he gets all of his spells. So I upped his mechanics, so I think he has 6 or 7 now. We got Circle of Protection, which creates a large zone of divine shelter, granting allies a bonus to all defenses. Despondent Blows. Nagging doubt in the face of unbreakable faith consumes enemies in the area of effect, lowering their melee accuracy and critical hit range. Dire Blessing strengthens allies' resolve in battle, increasing the probability they will land a critical hit. That's a good one. Pillar of Faith calls down a pillar of divine judgment, inflicting crush damage and knockdown effect on enemies in the area of effect. That's a good one too. Prayer Against Restraint frees allies in the area of effect from perceived constraints, granting immunity to the hobble and stuck afflictions. Restore Moderate Endurance shares a portion of the caster's divine strength, restoring a moderate amount of endurance to all allies in the area of effect. That's a good one. Warding Seal generates a magical seal that explodes in a burst of electrical energy when an enemy comes into contact with it, inflicting shock damage. And finally, Watchful Presence blesses allies with the aid of a sympathetic soul, releasing a healing effect when their endurance is low.
I can do that. That's settled.
Some skeletons here.
Will they not? And so
Just gonna wait for these revenants to come through the door here. So skeletons, I don't think we fought any skeletons before, which is the final step on the route to decay. So where the revenants try to attack and then eat, the skeletons just attack. Skeletal savants are created from warriors, wizards, and other adventurous types. They are similar in overall properties to other skeletons, but they are more capable in combat and may retain basic abilities from their adventuring lives. So it seems like if someone who was particularly adept at fighting or wizardry or priest or whatever dies and makes it to the skeleton stage of decay, they might actually carry over some of the skill they had in their life. Okay. Fighting this black ooze now.
Dead on!
Where's this go? To the lower ramparts.
attend to the priest!
Really need something that ups my perception. Falling into these traps is getting old.
Ansawu.
Is that trap still there? No. Okay. Okay.
Ansawu.
Someone's yelling at us. Hey, over here.
I can do that. That's settled.
A few bloodied fingernails are embedded in the dirt.
I can do that. That's settled.
This is someone named Jocko. This young man's face is badly bruised and his gaunt form is covered in a threadbare shirt. He watches you, shivering with a measure of hope in his eyes. I don't know who you are, but will you help me? Adair looks pained. Our noble lord at work, speaking about Raedric there. Jocko. He gazes nervously past you at the open cell door. I don't think I can fight my way out. I take it you end up here after assaulting the keep with Kolsch and his men. Yes, he looks away. It seemed a good plan. We got in without incident, and I knew the way, but we were surprised in the dungeons, and most of us... Jocko shudders. You'll have seen some of them, fought them, their bodies at least, not their minds anymore, but their souls. The woman down here, Raedric's animancer, her name is Osria. I've heard her speaking sometimes, talking about a cure. Lord Raedric calls on her often, but she's not curing anyone. She's only turned men and women into monsters, he shudders. I watched her take the others. I was sure I'd be next. So in other words, it seems like the men and women that they tried to assault the keep with were subjected to a fate actually worse than death, and this animancer was basically taking their souls from them in a supposed cure for the Hollowborn for Widewind's legacy, but obviously that's not the effect that it had. Aloth shakes his head. Men and women turned to this evil to cure the Hollowborn madness. Tell me about Osira. There's something not right about her. A bad feeling, I mean. I knew the moment she arrived, things would take a turn for the worst. He shivers. There's nothing good comes with dealing with animancers. Unnatural, the lot of them. So kind of overly broad view of animancers there. Animancers are very much shunned in Aora, especially now during the Hollowborn legacy. But I feel like it's kind of undeservedly so. I feel like the actual trade of being an animancer is more neutral. You can do some pretty awful things with it, but you can also do some good. So I don't remember exactly how much we've read about animancers. I'll have to look back at some of the previous sessions, but yeah, I think that's something that we should go into more depth at some point, especially when we get to Defiance Bay. Jacko says, "She's the one who transformed them, changed my friends into monsters. Said she was doing it for the good of Gilded Vale." Jacko clenches a fist, more like the good of her coin purse and her sick curiosity. "She's dangerous, and who knows what else she's got in her laboratory. I wouldn't go in there. She has a convincing manner. Spells, no doubt." I'm just going to say goodbye. I don't want to tell him to go yet, because I don't know if he'll actually be able to get out. So hopefully he doesn't, like, die while we're leaving him here. I don't even really know what happened there.
This I haven't seen before.
Hey. I actually found a trap and disarmed it before I stepped on it. Oh, phew.
I can do that. That's settled.
Sagani leveled up. So for Sagani, I upped her survival by 1, and I got Stalker's Link. Long experience fighting together enables the Ranger and the Animal Companion to fight as a highly efficient team. The Ranger gains an accuracy bonus when fighting any enemy already engaged by the Animal Companion. And I know it's kind of a weird spot to stop right here, but I think just to keep these sessions under an hour, we're going to stop this one right here. As always, thank you for watching. Next time we will delve further into Raedric's Keep. I don't know if we'll actually be able to take it yet, but hopefully we can. But yeah, thanks again. Any engagement, as always, is appreciated, and we will see you again for session 12. Bye.